Hey everyone, this is me again, Unknown Person, back to a brand new video, and today I wanted to showcase my collection of WWE Elite CM Punks, because after I got the All-Stars one, I have officially every single CM Punk Elite ever created officially by Mattel. And yeah, as you can see there right here, they have their very own display. Yeah, I did post about this on my Instagram a couple weeks ago when I first got the All Stars Punk. I've been a bit busy. I haven't really gotten around to making this video until now, but I'm really excited that I get to make this now. So I just wanted, don't make it too long. Just wanted to make a quick overview, go over each of them individually, and yeah, just kind of, sit and admire, this really cool new feat that I have, I guess, in my collection. So they are in order of uh, time, like chronologically. Not necessarily by series, but also kind of by series. But of course, we start first off with the ECW ringside exclusive CM Punk right there. Originally, this figure came with a shirt that was rubber, but I bought it without the shirt, and I decided to order one that is cloth for him instead because it looks a lot better. The belt fits on him nicer. He also has his ECW microphone, and his tights are red overall, which is really what makes this figure unique. I think every other CM Punk doesn't really have a base color of red, and this one does, so that's pretty cool. His head, I think it's okay, but it's him. He's in there, and yeah, pretty good figure. Next up, we have the All-Stars CM Punk from the video game, of course, but this attire is also, there's a lot of custom figures that people make out of this figure because this just so happens to be, the attire that he wore when he had the pipe bomb. One of his most iconic moments. Of course, we remember him having the pipe bomb, just, talking crap about the WWE in general, John Cena, the McMahon family. Yeah, so this figure did come originally in a 2-pack with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and him as a figure, as an accessory, he came with like a razor for hair. But I do not own that. I'm pretty sure it's expensive, and it's a really small accessory. But yeah, there he is in yellow, and chest hair with no tattoos, long hair, and beard. Next up, we have the Elite 1 CM Punk. I got this one also not very long ago. I got the Elite 1 and then I got the All-Stars one. So this is also one of my more recent CM Punks. When I thought about buying this figure at first, I didn't really think that I would get him with the original shirt. I thought I would have to order one separately. But no, he came with the original shirt. It's in pretty good condition, and I really like the color of the attire. It's actually unique as well, because, gray. And yeah, I do like the shirt. Pretty, iconic, I would say. Again, he also didn't have tattoos back then, still long hair, and yeah, it's kind of just, I think it was before the Straight Edge Society Punk. Well, before he was in the Straight Edge Society. And here we have the Elite 6 right there. Elite 6 CM Punk with 2 different colored blues and yellow. Mine came with a knee pad swap, which I was really grateful for. He had a beard and long hair, and I did add the World Championship to him. At this point, he was in the Straight Edge Society. There's his shirt. And yeah, really nice figure. This, I think, the Elite 6 Punk is one of the most underrated CM Punks. A lot of people sleep on it because a lot of people just want to talk about the other ones, I guess. They just want to talk about, like, the next 3 CM Punks that are coming up. But, this one is a good CM Punk, actually. Next is of course, the ringside exclusive, Straight Edge Society CM Punk, right there. Also with a knee pad swap, that's how he came. And this one comes with, you know, his mask, the towel, and the sling. This is based off of when, like, Big Show, you know, like, well, when Rey Mysterio shaved his head and then Big Show just unmasked him so that, you know, he could put him to shame with his bald head and stuff. Pretty cool. He also has camo. He's wearing camo. It's the only figure that, you know, wears camo. There is a basic one that wears camo, but I don't own that because it's a basic. But yeah, definitely, you know, this is probably the rarest one in here. Really expensive figure, really sought after figure, and this one has been with me for a little bit now. So again, definitely one of my favorite figures in my collection. Really happy that I have this. There has not been a day that I don't take this figure for granted. That I take this figure for granted. I'm grateful that I have it. Next is the Elite 11 CM Punk. You know, his hairs are growing back. He was in the Nexus now. He has a beard. He has the Nexus armband right there, and the Nexus shirt. And the colors of this figure are actually really nice. You can see them right there in the boots. I don't own the Elite 11 Wade Barrett. That can go with him, but you know, no biggie. He fits in right in with the rest of the CM Punks, so that's pretty good. Next we have Elite 16 CM Punk. I would say this is let's see, this was like heel CM Punk turning into face, because this is when he beat John Cena for the WWE belt. And when he started his reign of becoming, you know, the longest reigning WWE champion ever, you know, the 434 days, this is what he was wearing that night. And I don't have a spare WWE belt to put on him, but I do want to do that because I think it would look great. Next up is the WrestleMania 28 Build-A-Figure Ricardo Rodriguez CM Punk right there. I think it's a solid figure. Just my version, the one that I own, is it's kind of beat up. He has some issues on the boots right there. His head's a little bit beat up, as you can see. And he's incomplete. He doesn't have his belt, so it's definitely a figure that I would like to either replace or at least get a belt for him, so he doesn't look so, I don't know, incomplete. I feel like there's a lot more missing to this figure. But I did add the tattoos, of course, the Pepsi and the Cobra. Or the Cobra and the Pepsi tattoos a while ago. And yeah, I like how he looks. Next we have the Elite 20 CM Punk right there, again with a custom shirt from the same place that I got the this custom shirt. And yeah, he came with the WWE belt, and his attire is all blue. The base color is blue, which is another figure that makes it pop, because every other one, as you can see, it has been black. But this one is a really, really like vibrant, shiny, strong blue. So yeah, I've always been a really big fan of this figure because of that. I like the head. A lot of people don't really like this figure because of the blue, but I can't say that's me. This is a figure. This is definitely one of the cooler looking ones. And with the shirt, he looks even better. So yeah, he was still champion at this time. And next we move on to, I guess, his downfall. I guess the last moments that we get to see him. But this was I think WrestleMania 29 Undertaker attire, CM Punk, when he faced The Undertaker. That WrestleMania is probably one of the worst WrestleManias. I've heard, I haven't watched it, but a lot of people hate that WrestleMania. But yeah, he also has the Pepsi and Cobra tattoos added onto him. He also came with an urn. I don't make him, stand with it either, but, he comes with an urn. And I do like the colors of this figure. I like the gray, the purple. Again, the Undertaker attire, I really like that. The only thing is that, his head kind of sucks. I would like to change it at some point. But I haven't really found. I don't want it to be like this head. You know, I want it to be different. So yeah, maybe I should start looking for a head for him pretty soon. But yeah, there he is. Undertaker retires CM Punk. Next we have the, what is this? This is the Money in the Bank CM Punk. This is also a Build-A-Figure from Build Jim Ross CM Punk. But the Money in the Bank attire. He came with a megaphone. I don't pose him with it. He also has the tattoos added. And this is one of the best CM Punk head scans we've gotten. It looks a lot like him. And yeah, the base there we have red, white, and black. Pretty cool. And short knee pads, because this whole time the default has been the really big ones. For what? Nobody knew why. And when he was leaving, they've finally started adding the short ones. So unfortunate, but at least it happened. I need to cut that off. But we have the Elite 29 CM Punk. Last but not least, they came with a hoodie. Pretty cool. I think it was the first time we saw a hoodie, and it worked really nicely. And the colors of him are yellow, blue, and black. And nothing at the bottom. And people were thinking that this was a mistake, but apparently it wasn't. That's just how he wore it. And yeah. Again, another really good head scan for CM Punk right there. Just really good. And I think the hoodie has a design on the back, like this same design on the back of the hoodie, really big. Can't remember. But yeah. And of course, I had to pose him with AJ because I think at this point they were already married. And if they weren't, by the time he looked like this, he was married to her. So I think it's only fair to pose her with him. And this is a pretty good AJ figure. It's probably the best one they released. And also the last one they released. So, yeah. It's pretty sad that he left the way that he did. We all miss him. I know that this is the one superstar that if he came back right now, I would start watching WWE again religiously, like how I used to. Even if they did nothing to him, like nothing with him, even if they chose to make him like a jobber or something, which they wouldn't, because they don't want to make the same mistake twice. But I'm not saying he was a jobber, but he left because he did not get the opportunities that he deserved, rightfully so. He had been in the company, he had even been in the ECW for a long time, and people were pushing for John Cena, kind of like how WWE also always has pushed for a certain person when they decide that's going to be the next person who's going to, be the end-all be-all, and not necessarily who we want it to be, because I know, John Cena's just a good face for the company. CM Punk, I guess, just wasn't necessarily. They didn't pick him, and, he was the best in the world. He had put in the work. He had, he had done all the things to be, who he deserved to be, but unfortunately he didn't feel appreciated enough, and he left, and to this day this man's my favorite wrestler of all time, and I'm happy that I get to have all of his figures and I get to be making this video. But yeah, this little display is always gonna remind me of who he used to be, all his faces, all his different attires. I'm actually considering getting a few basics from him. There's like 3 or 4 basics that I call my attention that I think would look good in the display, and I may go through with it. But for now, this has been the whole video. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was Not a Person, and I am signing out.